Hi guys, happy Friday. So, hopefully you guys are having a better Friday than I am. This head cold is about fucking ridiculous, and I really want to just cut my head off and donate it to scientific research to be cryogenically frozen, and they can have it, but just do my touch-up first before they take it. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so... Alright, I was actually reading about Sharon. If you have watched Dark Web Unfriended, then you know where this comes from. So, it's the ferryman, the farrier, who carries the souls of the dead to the underworld with the coins over their eyes. And yes, this is another case by the Warrens, but it's not evil like they portrayed it. So, we have Sharon, son of night, and Shadow, farrier of the dead. Right, so in the old days, obviously, the dead were buried with silver coins, the shinier the better, with their covering their eyes, so that the souls of the faithful departed could pay the toll to the deathless demon. I don't know why it's called a demon. Ferryman of the underworld. Sharon, son of darkness and night. So Sharon grimly rows back and forth across the river of woe, bringing the newly dead to their eternal hereafter in Hades. So that was common. Hades was the underworld. Everybody went there back in the day. So everything has evolved and changed. Alright, so the only joy in his job is the opportunity to push coinless or improperly buried souls out of his boat and into the deep below. So you obviously get just thrown out. That's nice. The only break in the monotony of his task is the appearance of undead travelers such as Aeneas and Dante. Oh, okay. I know where that's going. But I thought this was a really cool topic. I mean, we don't have movies on it. All we have is one case that was investigated by, obviously, and shown in Annabelle Comes Home. But I think this is amazing. So Sharon's parents, born of chaos, Nyx is the goddess of the night. I like this. So great and powerful was her beauty that even Zeus, king of the gods, stood in fear of her. So it is believed that Nyx stood at the creation of the universe, enchanted while Nemesis, we're getting to Egyptian, clashed cymbals, beat drums, danced the heavens into their proper place. Some say Drastia is both the daughter of Nyx alone. Others say she is a daughter of both Nyx and Erebus, god of darkness and shadow. Very interesting. So, I love the imagery. This is actually ancientorigins.net, and you can find all that information on here, and it's pretty cool. All of the different imagery is pretty amazing with the ferryman. Alright, so little is known about Erebus. According to Hesiod, the ancient Greek poet, Erebus is one of the 5 primordial deities that existed at the dawn of the universe. So that would explain the goddess of creation. Right. So the first 5 of the chaos, 5 is chaos, the sexless void, believed to have brought forth the other 4 primordial deities. Erebus, Nyx, Ether, light, and Hemera, day. As the personification of darkness, Erebus can be found in deep shadows and on moonless nights. So in Greek literature, though, he is most explicitly described as personifying the region of a soul. Region of a soul enters immediately after they die, but before they arrive at the world of the dead. Alright, so it's really interesting to think about. It's really interesting. I mean, do people still do that with the coins on their eyeballs to get, I don't know. I haven't seen it, so probably not. Maybe overseas, I don't know. What is up with my hair? This is ridiculous. Whatever. Alright. So the ferryman, though. So Sharon was born from the union of Erebus and Nyx in a time before recorded thought. Alright, so that makes more sense. Along with his siblings, or half-siblings. Athantos, which is death, care, destruction, moros, destiny, doom, hypnos, sleep, and Moria, fates, and Geras, old age. So Charon's name is a poetic variation of Cheropos, which means of keen gaze. So that would represent the coins in the eyes, of keen gaze. Most probably, this refers to the bright or feverish eyes of a person close to death. Okay, so that could be true too. The description also reflects the cross nature of the ferryman. What cross nature? Alright, so, for example, Dante described him as Chiron, the demon with eyes of glowing coals. Hollander, 2000. In Virgil's Aeneid, another famous visitor to the underworld, Aeneas, describes the ferryman in greater detail. So here's a quote from Virgil 192, 2006. So, and there the dreaded ferryman guards the flood. Grizzly in his squalor, Chiron, his scraggly beard a tangled mat of white, his eyes fixed in a fiery stare, and his grimy rags hang down from his shoulders by a knot. But all on his own he puts his craft with a pole, and hoists sail as ferries the dead souls in his rust-red skiff. He's on in years, but a god's old age is hale, even green. Alright, so we obviously know what Chiron is looking like with that depiction. So, Chiron is frequently described as a ragged, ugly, gloomy, and dirty. However, he appears in more literature than his parents or any siblings. Alright, so Chiron, the Ferryman of Hell, by Gustave Dore, 1880. So, that is his... Yeah, a little bit of an image right there we have. It's not too freaky. I mean, all the same stuff. Alright, so one of his earliest mentions, though, is in the Greek satirical tragedy Alcestis by Eurybides. Alcestis. I see him here at the oars of his little boat in the lake. So the ferryman of the dead, Chiron, which his hand upon the oar, and he calls me now. What keeps you? Hurry, you hold us back. He is urging me on in an angry impatience. Other Greek stories explaining how it is the Moria fates, so who are irritably summoning Chiron to bring them their due. So, alright, now in the Divine Comedy, Chiron forces reluctant sinners onto his boat by beating them with his oar. Ow. So, according to the ancient Greek custom, the deceased should be properly buried with silver coin under their tongue. The departed souls would fly to Hades, sometimes accompanied by the messenger of the god, Hermes, Mercury, and they would arrive on the far shores of the Archean, the river of Woe. So those who were properly buried and provided coins could pay their fare across the river. So those who were not buried or who had not been provided with fairy fare were forced to wander the far shores of Hades for 100 years. So although primarily known for conveying shades to the gates of hell, there are 5 rivers in the underworld that Chiron could journey. So we have Acheron, Coictus, the river of Lemonation, the river of fire, Lethe, the river of forgetfulness, and finally Styx, the hateful river. So, and that's from the Encyclopedia of Dead and Dying, 2016. So at the top, that image where he literally looks like hell, Dante's Inferno. Where'd I go? Top image, 19th century interpretation of Chiron's crossing by Alexander, whoever. So, that's another one that's kind of creepy looking. I mean, all these souls. It's very different, very different. Alright, so. Oh, that's it. So. Yeah, it's just really, really strange. I love the whole entire idea of the ferryman. I thought that was really, really interesting. I mean, really, really interesting, and why not? It's really interesting. I mean, it's really cool that, that they would bring this to us. Let's see, how do I save this photo? I love that photo. There we go. So yeah, and oddly enough, I have been collecting, well, I do collect coins, but not the kind of coins that would be placed over the eyes. I don't know, honestly. So my most recent find, yes, I do collect the coins, so I'm going to have some pretty weird ones. I have one Hong Kong one. No clue. I mean, they are really funky coins. So that one's, I mean, not even round. That'd be kind of neat. Yeah, just all kinds of different coins that I've seen. This one is actually from France. Yeah, we have a franc. So those are really, really neat. Don't know where these came from. No idea where they came from. But my recent one was pretty interesting. Where we have Lithuania. Centas. 1 centas. So very interesting coins. I mean, these are very interesting, and I love coins, old coins. So, I mean, they're very, very interesting. That's just a 1 cent wheat penny, so I mean, really, honestly, nothing great. Nothing great about that coin either. So there's the buffalo head with the Indian head. Very, very different. But my latest was 1 yuan, and that is Chinese money. So that is different. That is really neat. And this is worth about 13 cents in our money, in American money. So, that's very interesting. I don't know if there's a lotus on the back. I don't know. But those are just really, really neat. So this is something that I would see, or what I would think. And then it's stamped along the sides with different kinds of, and I know my camera won't pick it up, which is different kinds of stampings. Got different stampings in it. So I'm guessing it's just for authenticity in wherever this is from, Hong Kong. So yeah, this is something that I would imagine that it would be placed over the eyes like that. Very interesting. So, and then the penny under the tongue, I don't understand that, but that's pretty interesting. It's very interesting. What do you guys think about the ferryman? Do you think he's evil? Do you think he has been given a bad name because of certain investigations, maybe? There's a great possibility that that's true. So you never know. You never know. Do your own research. Do your own research and go with your gut and what it tells you, what you feel. So, yeah, I thought that was really, really cool, and that just like popped out at me big time for some odd reason, and I don't know why, but it's really, really interesting. And I really like the ferryman, so I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And yeah, now I'm seeing people get Annabelle dolls, Raggedy Ann dolls, in little tiny cases. And they think it's the real Annabelle doll. It's not. I'm sorry. That's another topic that I wanted to discuss, but I really don't feel like going into it at all. But basically, when I did finally do the cards to find out why I was so drawn to Annabelle, yeah, I point to her. Yes, I point to you, darling. It basically the fox. So the fox came out. The fox is a symbol of ancient, or it's an ancient symbol of intelligence and cunning. What is the opposite of, what's the negative side of intelligence? Trickery. So what that told me basically is that the Annabelle doll literally shoots out little tiny seeds, and it is literally going into all these other dolls that are being mass produced. Luckily mine was not mass produced. It was from the first Annabelle movie. Thank the gods for that one, because I do not want one that is what everybody else has. That's just not what I want. So, but yeah, I don't know, her braids, they're in different places at different times, but I don't feel anything really bad from her. Not at all. So, it was pretty interesting. I think on my public page, I posted, Tony Spera actually posted the case that Annabelle went in, and I think Ed made it, or he did, or Ed made it, and then had to redo it, and with all this reinforcement, prayers, you know, underneath felt, sacred symbols like the cross, the prayer of St. Michael, all that to keep the evil contained. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That was really cool to see the construction of Annabelle's binding box. Very interesting. And if you look closely enough, I don't know if somebody's holding Annabelle and taking a picture of the front of the mirror, or of the front of the case that she's in, but you can actually see her face. So I do think it's a reflection of somebody holding her and taking that picture. So I'm not 100% sure, but I thought it was interesting. Very interesting. So lots of crazy stuff too going on with the giant Ouija. Satanists now have their conspiracy theories. All these people have their crazy conspiracy theories, and I think it's ridiculous. Leave it alone. It's amazing. It's cool. It's amazing. So the people that don't understand the Ouija and the occult are the ones that are going to come out and say, hey, you just opened a portal to hell. No, you didn't. Not possible. Not even with the world's largest Ouija board. And why were they wearing helmets? Because it weighs 9,000 pounds. Safety. That's why. So, I don't know. Kind of snippy, because I just feel like shit. But, so, I kind of wanted to cover that and just kind of see. But the video too, I'm going to respond to the comment about the video yesterday that I did with the blessing in the other bedroom. The 1, 2, 3. There could be like 4 or 5 bedrooms here. So, the third extra spare bedroom. The light, I really think it was my iPad, just the way the light followed me. I don't think it was my Charlie, little boy spirit here. I honestly don't. So, I've watched the video a lot. Yeah, and it doesn't seem anything out of the ordinary. It just seems like my iPad trying to, focus because of the blackout curtains and the light, and there was actually a mirror right where I had the iPad, and it had to have been reflective some way, somehow. So, yeah, nothing paranormal about that video at all. I mean, if it brings you comfort, then sure, go ahead and tell yourself that it was, spirit, but no, it wasn't. So, but alright guys, I will see you live here in just a minute. So, I love you all. I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, and happy, Friday. So, blah. I love you all very much. All the way from Venus, all the way back down. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So everybody have a good weekend. Stay safe, don't get sick, all that good stuff. And yes, I love you all, and thank you guys for watching.